Hi, my name is Joan from Feisty Spirits, and today we will be talking about barrel aging. There is a big misconception about the longer something is being aged in a barrel, the better it is. That is not necessarily true. So there are a lot of different variables to barrel aging. One is the size of the barrel. So first off, the smaller a barrel is, the more surface there is to volume, which means that anything in this barrel, with it being having more contact with the wood, will be aging a lot faster than a bigger barrel. So this is a 5-gallon, this is a 10-gallon, this is a 23, that's a 30, and full-size barrel up there is 55. This one's a 25. So there's all different varying sizes to barrels, which means different volume to the surface area. So the smaller the surface, or the smaller the barrel, the faster it will age. So a 5-gallon barrel could age anywhere between 4 to 6 months, depending on what exact whiskey was put in there. So grain base, recipe, all of that. Also, the smaller the barrel, you actually need a very, very clean cut of from the distillation process. So with there being 3 parts to the distillation, the heads, the hearts, and the tails, the heart is the actual ethanol. With a smaller barrel, because it won't be sitting in there for very long, it has to be a very, very clean cut. So just the ethanol, no heads or tails. The bigger the barrels, the longer it will be sitting in the barrel, and in order to keep the integrity of the grain, you do want to add some heads and tails back in, so that the barrel then can pull those heads and those tails out of the whiskey. So most of the heads is the solvency characters. That is everything that has a lower boiling point to ethanol. Ethanol is ethanol. And then tails is everything that has a higher boiling point to ethanol. And those are mostly the fatty acids and the oils. Both ends are not good for the body, so most of the heads can actually give you hangovers, and so yeah, you don't want that in there. The tails can bring about numbing, prickliness in the mouth, sometimes heartburn, and has just some bad characters as well, but the barrel can fix all that. So the bigger the barrel, the longer it will be sitting in there. A full-size 55-gallon barrel can age anywhere between 2 all the way to 12 years. Any more than that, if it's a bourbon or a rye, it's going to pick up too much wood. So we here at Feisty like to harvest our barrels solely based on flavor and having that nice integrity of the grain that was used in the mash or the recipe in balance with the wood sugars. So barrel aging, all whiskey barrels are charred. There are 5 levels of char, 1 to 5. So depending on the level of char in the barrel will also produce different wood sugars that will be put into the whiskey. So level 1 is a lighter char. So you're going to get more honeys and vanillas. 3-4 level char, you're going to get more caramels, maples, brown sugars, butterscotch, and cinnamon notes. A level 5, you're going to get more sweet chocolate to bitter chocolate to roasted coffee notes. So depending on the char, and char is the actual contact with the wood with flame, how long that the wood is in contact with flame. So barrel aging. When a whiskey is sitting in a barrel, the whiskey is actually moving into the wood and out. This is breathing. So it breathes into the wood and breathes back out. So the variables of temperature and humidity also play a factor in aging. The hotter it is, the more the whiskey will move into the wood, and then when it gets cold, it will move back out. So say Kentucky, with it being hot, really hot during the day and then cooler at night, the barrels breathe in during the day and then back out at night. So Scotches from Scotland, that is a very cold climate. So those barrels are barely breathing. They're comatose. They're just like barely in and barely out. Plus the fact that Scotches use used barrels, then it's going to take a lot longer to pull out some of those wood flavors and wood sugars. So therefore, scotches that are 30 years old, yeah, that is solely based on the climate and the type of barrels and how well the the whiskey breathes in and out of the barrel. So the charcoal here, when a whiskey moves through that, it's going to pick up all the solventy characters, right? So all of that heads will actually stick to the charcoal, and then the whiskey moves into the wood, pulls out the wood sugars. And each time it passes through that layer, it's getting cleaner and cleaner and cleaner. And it is also changing the tailed part of it as well into some nice characters later on. That's it about barrel aging.